is what, my water bottle?
This water bottle.
No, that's
I can't remember. Gauge. So once you finish your bell ringer, I'll start handing out some stuff. Can I get? No. I don't need help. Who's missing back there?
Madison.
Madison's missing. So you need to be one of y'all need to be Dimitri or Bennett or something. Okay, so Bennett's your partner. Dimitri, one of y'all need to go back there and move your things. So once you're done with your bell ringer, guys, and you answer it on Converge, you need to clear your desk off. All you need is a pencil and a piece of paper. That's all you need. A pencil and a piece of paper. One piece of paper, guys. I mean completely clear off your desk. Nothing but a pencil. Feature's already on. For each person. Just for each person, yes. Okay. Never mind. One second, man, please. Give me a second. What's up? Yes. Yes. Each of you have a piece of What's up? Your name should be on that piece of paper so we know which one's which. Well, first year it has to be college.
That's she. So, right now you need to listen so we can hear. You're getting your plates and you're getting your materials right now first, okay? You're going to get our packet. This is our packet. What this packet is this going to be what I have up on the board right here, okay? It's going to have everything in it. You are to stay on the same page as me. Do we understand that? Yes, sir.
So, whatever I'm on up here, you're on right here. Got it? Okay, don't write on it. You're going to flip through it. It might get a little bit sticky because you're using the marshmallow stuff. Yes, that's fine. You're going to use the marshmallow stuff. Don't write on it. Don't tear it. I need these for every class, okay? They'll go like this, and then the other side will flip upside down. Okay? So you'll just have to turn it a little bit. I don't care whether you're working with your face partner or your shoulder partner. It's up to you. Whatever you've chosen. It looks like most of you guys are working with your shoulder partners, and that's fine, okay? So that's how we're going to do this. While I'm passing these out, what you need to do is you can read through it, and look at it with your partner. I'm going to take this one from you because you guys just need the one. I'm going to take this one from you because you guys just need the one. Does everybody have a packet?
Yes.
Everybody's got a packet? Perfect. Alright, so let's start here. What is fast earth building landing?
I put like volcano to land really fast.
Yeah, right? Volcano. What you got, Valerie?
I gave an example of a wildfire, and then I said like something you could see in a lifetime.
Yeah, something that you could see in a lifetime, something that you could notice in a lifetime, right? We talked about the Himalayas, and we talked about the eruptions of Yellowstone Park and the Pompeys and stuff like that. We talked about that, and what happens is those happen, and we can see those immediately. We can see what they do to the earth immediately, all right? Where other places we can't see. One would be the Himalayas, right? That's 5 centimeters per year, right? We talked about it. That's something that would be hard to notice in your lifetime. Now you can take note of, oh, it went up 5 centimeters, but it'd be something really hard to see, like you looked at it and then looked at it again in 40 years, it would still probably look the same, right? It would take years and years and years, more than maybe all of our lifetimes to see.
Isn't the sea level that's in California?
Yeah, that's something that would be like slow earth building, not fast earth building. So, okay? But over a period of time.
Maybe you could see it.
But we could see it. Yeah, we could see what it's doing, yes. Okay? So, we've got that done. Where we saw that question on our quiz the other day. Brayden, why don't you read what we're doing today here? The lesson objective, what we're doing today.
Students will be able to differentiate between divergent, convergent, and transform boundaries based on the various motions of the tectonic plate.
So, we're going to be working, figuring out all that stuff. Don't worry. It's just marshmallow stuff. Okay? So, we've got that done. Can you flip it to the next page? I will move mine to the next page here in 1 second, once everybody has their utensils. Okay. The next page should show you a picture of a graham cracker and a marshmallow. Does everybody have... No way. You don't need one, you don't need one. The first period threw them away. Wonderful. I will give you guys yours in here in a second. The second page. Zach, read the first bullet point. Read the first bullet point, Zach.
I will come around and put marshmallow whip on your plate.
So, I am putting marshmallow whip on your plate right now. You're going to get a scoop. Some scoops might be bigger than others. No complaining, nothing. If you would, you can move your graham cracker a little bit so I can actually give you guys a scoop. Alright? Dimitri, can you read number 2? Oh, so you have a knife right there, right? So, with that knife that both of you have at your table, you're going to share it. You're going to spread it out over your plate a little bit. Just a little area. It doesn't need to completely cover it. Just a little area, okay? I'm coming around with the rest of it here. Just give me a second. Stop using this stuff out here. I'll make a mess. I already got some of it on my pool.
You never seen that?
Just spread it out nice and evenly, really, in a little area. Can you move your graham cracker? So I don't put it on. Move the graham cracker. Yeah, pick it up. Can you move the graham cracker, please? I'm going to ask you guys the same thing.
I know, it's much better. I feel like we do that. That's kind of like. That's a lot of wet.
No, on the plate. Spread it down. Over your plate with your knife.
Guys, it's not going to cover the whole plate. Just put it in a little area. Alright, and then what you're going to do here, once you do that,
Don't worry about that.
once you do that, what I need you to do is evenly break the graham cracker into two pieces, like the two little squares. You're going to get to eat it here soon. Everyone doing this? So, we've got that done. You've spread it out, right? Does everybody have it spread out? So now remember, one graham cracker is going to be yours, and the other graham cracker is going to be your partner's. So we're going to use both of them. We're not eating them right yet. I saw Ricky's mouth move, just making sure he wasn't eating it yet. Okay? But we're not going to eat it yet. Okay? So, when I come around here at the end, I'll give you a whole other graham cracker, you and your partner, so you can make it like a sandwich. At the end though, okay? So, we're going to now get into our lab. We've got our materials spread out. We've got our pencil and paper there. Everything's ready to roll. Okay? Step 2. So we should flip to step 2 in our packet so we can see it. Step 2. Peyton, can you read it? 2 graham crackers side by side on top of the marshmallow whip. Okay? Side by side. All right. So, we've placed them. Ours should look like this. Okay? Question 1. You don't need to write the question, you just need to answer it. We flip the page. What does the marshmallow whip represent? Don't say it out loud, just write it down. Write it down. What does the marshmallow whip represent? Question 2. What do the graham crackers represent? Don't worry, we're going to go over here in a second. It's on your paper there, man. No, you know what it is. You know the answer because we went over it past. So, we've got that answer now, correct? We have an answer for number 1 and an answer for number 2. I'll give you another second or 2 here to do that. All right. So, next step. Bennett, what is the answer? What does the marshmallow whip represent?
The marshmallow represents
Asthenosphere. Right.
That's what it represents. That's what the marshmallow represents. Ooh. Morgan, what does the graham cracker represent? The two tectonic plates. That's correct. 2 plates. Step 3. Oh, Selena, read step 3 for us.
Slide one graham cracker up away from you and the other down towards you.
So you're going to slide one away from you and the other one towards you. It will look like this when you're done when you slide them. Okay? Like that. Yep. That's fine. You might notice some small pieces when you rub them together that fall off. You might. So, next slide, next question. Don't say it out loud, write it on your piece of paper and we'll go over it. What kind of plate boundaries does this represent? Number 3. What plate boundaries does this represent? And then number 4. What type of natural disaster occurs when plates move this way? When these plates move this specific way, what natural disasters occur? Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud, that's right. Write it down. We'll go over it. Love it in the hand motions, Colin. Love it. So, Zach, what did you put for number 3? What's the answer to number 3? Ooh. Cheyenne, can we help him out? Transform, right? Transform, right? Transform, right? The hand motion, right? What was our hand motion that we did? Right? The plates just slide past each other. Okay, so, Devin, what natural disasters occur? Earthquakes. Earthquakes occur with this, right?
Yep.
We talked about this, right? What place is greatly affected by this? California. California, like we talked about, right? And what we talked about? The San Andreas Fault, right? We talked about it. And we saw some pictures. So up here, if you flip your page in yours, but up here, plates sliding past each other cause earthquakes. We already know that. That's what we just answered. Okay? We just answered that. Here's the picture of the plate boundary for us between the Pacific and the North American plate. That line showing us what's happening. Okay? We can see that line cutting through that. One is going one way, the other is going another, right? We also said that this affects a certain thing as well. What else does it affect in California?
Sea level?
The sea level rising, right?
3 centimeters.
Is it 3 centimeters?
One.
Was it 3 or 1? I can't remember. I think it's 1 centimeter. I think it was 1 centimeter per year. Okay?
oftentimes, earthquakes can cause what? Tsunamis, right? Where do tsunamis happen frequently? Japan. You said Japan. Japan, right? Now, that doesn't mean it happens only in Japan. But I don't know if I talked about it with you, but my engineering class, they're building bridges, as you see. We talked about the housing and how they build buildings there. And when they have an earthquake or a tsunami or something like that, what happens? The ground shakes, right? Their buildings, they sway. And they don't fall. Like they're like leaning back and forth. If you get a chance while you're at home to look at it, you can see that the buildings kind of sway. Yeah, that's how they're built. They're built like that so they don't fall down due to the plates always, the tsunamis or earthquakes always happening there, okay? They do. Mm-hmm. So, with an earthquake happening, possible chance of a tsunami, okay? Here's a picture of one that's occurred in 2004, and that's on your slide, that's on your pages too. It's hard to see because it's all black and white. I know I don't have a color printer, so I can't really use the color printer. So yeah, that's real. It is, yeah. It's like it's coming in. Some people are used to it. It just happens all the time. So step 4. Step 4. Oh, Colin, can you read step 4 for us?
Spread the marshmallows split out again. Put the 2 graham crackers back together and begin to slowly pull them apart.
Okay, so bring them back together. Some of you might want to pull them up and make sure it's level or flat with your stuff. And then what we're going to do is once they're together, we're going to slowly pull them apart. Notice what happens when you pull them apart. Something happens to the marshmallow whip.
It like
It stretches, it pulls apart, right?
So satisfying.
So it should look like this. Okay? It should look like this. Do we have step 4 done?
Yes.
Step 4 is done, so let's move on here. And question 5 and 6. What kind of plate boundary does this represent? Think about it. What kind of plate boundary does it represent? What landform is created at these boundaries? That's question number 6. 5 is what kind of plate boundary is it? 6, what does this create? What landform does this create? Do we got 5 and 6 answered? 5 and 6 are answered. So let's see. Oh, Ricky, number 5. What boundary is it? Divergent, right? So we just went over transform, and then we just pulled them apart, right? So we pulled them apart for our hand motion, right? And we have divergent, right? And Maddie, can you give me number 6? What's it form?
Huh? Canyons.
Why no? No.
Mid-ocean ridges.
Mid-ocean ridges, right? Now hang on. There's more stuff after this. Give me a second. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Alright? So when it pulls it apart, right? What we talked about where it's pulling apart at before. The what is spreading? The sea floor is spreading. The sea floor is spreading, right? And we talked about divergent. Does it create new crust or does it destroy crust? It creates new, right? So when it's pulling apart, those convection currents, right, that are going through it and everything, that magma gets up, right, and it creates a new seafloor. And it just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading, right? So this makes mid-ocean ridges, but what else could it make? So when they're sliding away from each other, just like we see up here, we got mid-ocean ridges. And if we look, you can see the ridge up there in your picture. And I know I moved 2 slides past what you have right there. As you can see, it's hard to see up there. I wonder if we can. That helps a little bit. You can see where those 2 plates are acting upon each other. And you can see the ridge, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. You see it on the right? That little line cutting through it, right? But what also happens with these boundaries? Rifts. Valleys are formed, right? Because each time it's spreading apart, it's forming. So it's lower and lower each time, making it like a little valley. Okay? We got that? So we have valleys, we have mid-ocean ridges. Okay, that's what's happening with those. Okay? New crust is being created. That's why we talked about the crust being so thick, and in some areas it's really thick. Like right where we're at, or the knob area, right, we're kind of around. The crust is thick. But if we were to go somewhere right here where there's a valley, it wouldn't be as thick as it would be here. You understand that? Step 5. Oh, Jordy, can you read step 5 for us? I'll turn off the lights. So, you're going to spread the marshmallow whip out again and then read the second step here, Jordy.
Push 2 graham crackers towards each other and make 1 slide underneath the other one.
So, they're going to start apart, right? And they're going to push towards each other, and one's going to slide up over top of one. Just slightly. It doesn't need to go crazy.
Just picked it up. I'm out.
It should look like this.
Not like that.
Okay, yours will look like this.
That's now I'm out.
While I was scooping it. Alright, so when we push them together, you should notice what forms. Okay? So, question 7 and question 8. Question 7 is asking, what type of plate boundary is this? What does this represent? Question 8, what forms when the plates slide underneath another? What forms? What happens when they slide one underneath another? Do we have 7 and 8 answered? Sweet. Oh, Valerie.
Can we get number 7, please? What type of plate boundary does this represent?
It's converging.
It's convergent, right? It's coming together, right? So we went transform, right? Then we did divergent, and then we're now going to convergent, right? Yes, sir. All right. And let's see. Emma. Trenches are formed, right? Or mountains, right? So we're going to go over the 2 different ones. So you get certain trenches formed, just like you saw with the picture. So I'm going to show you here in a second. So we can get trenches or we can get mountains. Okay? So when they're coming together, as you see on your slide, you see up here. If you look at it, let me turn off the slide again. You can kind of see what's happening here, where you get some trenches, where you get some mountains kind of here every now and then. If you look off the coast of Japan, did I talk to you guys about it? About how there's like a mountain range kind of underneath the ocean right here? And if you look right underneath Japan, do you see where it's like dark blue and it gets really light blue?
Yep.
Right there?
Yep.
The shading is telling you the depth, really. If it's really dark blue, it's deep. If it's light blue, it's probably going to be shallow. Okay? And we can see where those are happening. You see the Challenger Deep right there? Look at that little range that goes with it. That's what we have in underwater, where we got underwater trenches, and then we have little mountains there too, kind of forming. Okay? We're not doing step 6. So, step 9, we've already did this one, okay? We've already did 9 and 10 here, okay? When we do this, when we get those, when they push together, another thing is, we get what? Mountains. Does this create or destroy crust? This destroys crust, like we talked about, right? Because it pushes them together. One part is going underneath, the other part here. We're creating that trench down low and that mountain kind of up high. How the mountains and stuff like that happen, it's just however they slide together. Usually we get trenches near ocean plates and we have one land plate. It kind of just drops off there. We get mountains near like we did with the Himalayas, right, that we talked about. We got 2 land plates that are colliding together, okay? Any questions? Okay, so we've got our mountain stuff. Now I need your attention here so you can listen and get your s'mores. So what I'm about to do now is you're about to get a graham cracker, one back. So that's going to be your partner's half and your half. Do you understand that? So it's going to make a sandwich. So your partner gets one of the graham crackers on the plate, and you get one of the graham crackers on the plate. And you're going to split the graham cracker I have in half, okay? While we're doing this, you need to listen, okay? Because we have a little bit of time here, okay? So we need to listen. All right? I'm going to pass stuff out and talk. I'm going to give you one piece of chocolate. You can split with your partner. So you can split with your partner. Do not lick the nice. Okay? Do not lick the knife.
Devin, you don't need one. There you go. You get one paragraph. That's it. Don't watch it off
I put it on the other side.
Oh.
I know it is stuck. Don't need it yet. Just gotta give you a little one. Wow. There you go.
So, everybody has one right now?
Yep.
Okay. So now I need you to pay attention. So, we are finished. I'm going to send out a table at a time, or like a few of you at a time, for those of you whose hands are sticky, to go wash your hands. You're going to go to the 7th grade bathrooms right down here. You're not going all the way down the hall. Run right down there, 7th grade bathroom. You're going to hustle back. Alright? We've done our bell work. We're doing our lab. Right now we're cleaning up by eating, and we're going to throw away just the plate. The knives I'm going to come around and collect. You're going to put the knives that we use to spread in here, so I can use those for each class. Okay? Got that? Next, your exit slip on grade cam is only open for 15 minutes. It opens in about a minute, so you need to listen. Just because you finish your exit slip, whether it's early or you finish it at the end, does not mean you are done. Because you have a web quest that we started yesterday that no one turned in. We have a quizzes as well for a grade. Going over what? Plate tectonics, the stuff we did today. Okay? What else are you going to turn in today? What's sitting right in front? Exactly. The little questions right there in front of you that you answered. Those are going to get turned in today into your bin. So you have multiple things to do. Should I see Ricky on a video game?
No.
Should I see Dimitri on his phone?
No.
I shouldn't. We should not be up acting crazy. We're doing our work. So when you're done eating your stuff, I'll send a group out at a time. Go wash your hands. You'll come back in. You'll get out your computers. Preferably take your exit slip now so you get it. There's 5 questions. 5 easy questions. You can raise your hand. I'll come around and help you if you need help. I'll reword it if I have to, okay? But that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'll collect the knives. Any questions on what we're doing for the next 15 to 18 minutes of class?
No, sir.
I'm gonna collect the papers too if your hands are, you got marshmallow on your hands too, okay? So I'm gonna send you out here in a second, and that's what we're gonna do. And then on the final and last slide, we have cleanup time. Okay?
Clean up.
No, we're not gonna say it. So that's what we're doing. I will come around and get the knives in a second.
Yeah, he had like an old wax.
It's not even small piece, it's big.
Make sure you throw away your plates.
I still want to play like
Can you guys go wash your hands? I'm going to collect my packets now too, please. Your quizzes code is up on the board. There is a link as well on Converge for you to go and do your quizzes.
Thank you. Let you borrow.
about rhythm. When you're done, make sure you just throw away your plate, throw away your extra stuff. Turn in your paper if you need to. You can use your paper for the quizzes because there's a lot of questions on the quizzes too. I was going to do quizzes.
Is it very like a long he's carrying like a whole I'd rather do that than carry this.
So once you're done, you're working on your stuff. You have plenty of time to do your stuff. Remember, your exit slip ends at, what is it, 10 o'clock I think is when it ends. Or 10 o'clock? What time is it? It ends in 9 minutes, so you guys need to do that.
Right, where is it at?
Yes, you can listen to music as long as you're working. It's on grade cam.
Oh, can we go then?
I'm gonna wash mine. I'm done.
You done? So when you get back, you need to do your exit slip and stuff. It closes in 9 minutes, guys. It's actually not that steep. So do your exit slip, get your computer out, and then go to quizzes. Get your exit slip done first, please. Don't want anybody to miss out on it. I'm trying to wipe it off. I do not know why.
Can I go, bro? Can I go wash
Yes, I can hear you. I would like you to do that. I'm not trying to make everything sticky, but I don't want you to not get it done and then I have to play around with it. That's all. So I need you to get that extra slip done. Remember, exit slip closes at 10. It was 9 minutes, now it's 8 minutes. There's 5 questions, multiple choice. Once you finish that, then you're on quizzes. Then you're on your web quest. Then you're on your interactive website with questions about plate tectonics, talking over plate boundaries, all that stuff. It will not give you your grade immediately. So it's not going to pop up and say, hey, this is what you got. I don't want everybody to know, hey, that this is the correct answer. So if you come up and ask, I can tell you what you got. Or you can have me see it before you submit it. I'll tell you what you got. Only 2 periods. 6th and 4th period. One of them was, their class average was a 78, and the other one was a 74. I have not asked your class yet. I just finished some of them last night. They're really close. They're all really good. If you have music you want to listen to, that's fine as long as you're being productive. You've got to be working to have your music.
think it's tomorrow night at like 7 p.m. That's like the last time it's on. Guys, we're still working. Just because you finish your exit slip does not mean you are done. We still have work to do. You have quizzes. You have to turn in your questions from the lab. You still have your web quest to do. We have multiple things still to do.
There are questions down our box.
Your questions for
Does it go in our box?
the lab questions go in the box. Yes. You got an 80. Okay. Well, yes, you can listen to music as long as you're working. So. Yeah.
This is trash. Well, some of this stuff is
What?
teacher's like right across my shoulder. It's like so much pressure. It's like, I thought,
I done 3 and I thought.
which of these events should happen on a diagram that you found?
There's one that says that.
Yeah. 24.